So here's a overview of Victor's train table and some of the features that it has and some general instructions on how to put it together. The first part that you want to mount to the wall is this part of the table right here. This mountain will not be here. As you can see, it attaches right here, and then also, let's see, over there, and then you can attach it up against your wall in most cases. We didn't here, but that'll come. That's a separate piece. This piece actually has its own legs underneath, hidden behind this cloth. You can kind of see it, maybe not, but that's the first one you want to start with. There's also, I think, some brackets that hold it up against the wall, but it's not as adjustable as the others, so this is where you want to start. And then adjust the height of this branch over here and that branch over there to this one here. Once you have this in place and secured to the wall, you can see one of those brackets right there. Then you can go ahead and put the mountain on as well. This bridge here comes off. The original concept here was that we'd have this kind of brown cloth representing dirt on either side, and then what we had is a white wall behind the bridge, and so we had a mural of a waterfall coming down, which looked really cool, and that might be something to consider when you reassemble it. And then you have this little branch line over here, a little lake, and then if you wanted to, you could remove this and maybe build a spur line if you wanted to make it longer at some point. Underneath, you can see there's 3 angle brackets that hold it into the wall. This one is a little bit beefier because it sticks out more from the wall. You definitely don't want anybody like jumping or leaning on these. They're not really built to support a person's weight, but they will support toys, obviously. So these screws that are holding these angle brackets in the wall, there's a I don't know what they call them, but you can get them at the hardware store. It's basically a countersink or a fastener that goes into drywall. I think they're just drywall screws actually. So you put a larger drill bit and drill into the wall, and you put the drywall screw in, you screw into it. It's pretty straightforward, not too terribly difficult. Obviously, measuring everything is very important. Also, you can see these tracks are screwed in for the most part. Not all of them are. It seems like kids like to take out the ones that are not screwed in. So at some point you may consider screwing those in. I've tried to, on the other side, grind off all the protruding screws so nobody gets poked or anything like that. And the same with the screws that are holding the table into the brackets. I ground them off from the top so that you don't have any sharp objects pointing through up here. I do like this cloth. Sometimes my son hides in here, or if he has lots of toys that he doesn't want to put away, he'll hide them inside here. But this may be something you want to consider installing on the rest of it. It's just stapled into the sides. Makes it look a lot nicer, I think. So over here is the drawbridge. This is kind of a cool spot here. I think kids like curvy track better than straight track. It's just more fun. But this is the drawbridge. Originally, in our former house, we had a doorway here, and so this bridge is about twice as long. So to get into the room, you actually had to open up the drawbridge to get in. So the drawbridge comes out with this little peg. If you pull that out, you can remove it. Or when you install it, obviously you'll have to put that peg back in. This is a counterweight for the drawbridge. Sorry, this is a counterweight for the drawbridge here. I just filled it with water, but what it does is it allows the bridge to pretty much stay at any angle without falling, which is how a real drawbridge is built. And that way you can raise and lower it with minimal effort, and the whole thing doesn't come crashing down. The water over time will evaporate out of here, and so the bridge won't stay up like it does now. So you might consider filling with dirt or sand or something like that until you get the right quantity. And then this is the last part of the table over here. And installation of this is pretty much the same as on the other side. You just want to put this piece in first and then measure everything to the same height. And then put those angle brackets on, and you're pretty much done. Again, over here, you could always build a spur line going off there if you want to make this thing wrap all the way around the room. And I think that's about it.